Aladdin. Now this is a PG movie around 2 hours and 8 minutes long. It's an adventure family fantasy movie and came out on the 24th of May 2019. Now you guys know the story if you've watched the original. I'm going to quickly go over a quick summary. Of course, a kind-hearted street urchin, Aladdin, vies for the love of Princess Jasmine when he finds a magic lamp and he uses Genie's magic power to make himself a prince in order to marry her. He also is on a mission to stop powerful Jafar, who plots to steal the lamp. Let's jump straight into the good points. Now the good points about this movie is there was new stuff obviously added to the movie. It didn't just rinse and repeat and recreate scenes. Obviously it has that stuff in here, but it added a lot of new stuff which made it feel fresh. Also the tone of the movie really felt like a Disney movie. I felt they really matched the tone really good for the most part of the movie. Technically, I felt this movie was very basic, which can be a good thing because obviously they didn't try to overstep their mark and go way overboard because it's a remake of a classic. The music, of course, the music of Aladdin is great. You've got their main songs which you know from the original, which are in this movie, and I do like the fact they put their own twists into some of the music as well. I really think it made a lot more fresh stuff added to this movie as well. The humour in this movie is great, really is. Obviously with Will Smith's Genie really adding a lot of humour, as well as the monkey, the magic carpet. You have a load of characters in this movie which give a lot of humour, which this movie really actually relies on quite heavily. Most of the performances in this movie were top notch, especially when it comes to Naomi Scott playing as Jasmine. I feel like she was probably the best performer in my opinion when it comes to this movie. I feel like she had a solid character build from the beginning to the end of this movie. She didn't try to go overboard, she just really gave a top class performance. Alongside her, obviously Will Smith playing as the Genie. A lot of question marks over this guy. Could he beat Robin Williams or even contend with him? I really do think he contended with Robin Williams. Now that's not saying he's better than Robin Williams, because Robin Williams was a special performance from the original, of course, but really he really tried to do something different. You can tell he enjoyed this role and really tried to offer something different to what the original did. He has that obviously similarities as well to the original, which still makes it more entertaining obviously if you really enjoyed the original, but it also adds a new twist to make it unique as well. I really enjoyed the magic carpet and the monkey in this as well. They added a lot of humour, as I've said, and they really added a lot of key sequences to the movie which really made it quite special. Going on to the bad points. Now the bad points about this movie is the CGI. I think the CGI really was a downfall for this movie, which is quite unlucky to be honest, because nowadays technology compared to then, obviously that was animation, this is real life. I think they could have done a lot better, and in my opinion a lot of it just seems rushed. The pacing issues is all over the place. 1 minute in the beginning of the movie it rushes through a whole montage of obviously getting us into this movie, getting rid of all the boring stuff really, and getting us into this movie. But once we get into the movie it slows right down, really slow, dragging along until we actually get the first encounter of obviously Aladdin with the Genie and the lamp. It really is slow and really can cause a lot of problems for the viewer in my personal opinion. Now the writing and the direction, obviously John August and Guy Ritchie really in my opinion didn't do great with this movie. Guy Ritchie directing this really didn't have a clue on what he was doing to recreate Aladdin, which is a great Disney movie. I really don't think he really put a lot of effort into it, and maybe it was a lot of things rushed behind the scenes, I'm not too sure, but really I wouldn't have gone with Guy Ritchie to direct this movie. Also the writing alongside that, John August, really I felt it was lazy. That's what I'm going to use, the word lazy. I don't think they really put a lot of effort which they could have into this movie when it comes to the writing, especially when it comes to characters like Aladdin. Mina Masood's character, obviously Aladdin, really suffered in this movie. It was very basic from the beginning to the end. I prefer the original Aladdin to this one. As Jafar, played by Marwan Kenzari, I really felt like it wasn't the performances of these two men themselves playing obviously Aladdin and Jafar. It was just the writing around the character, and the scripts as well really didn't match the characters. It really made it quite cheesy. Obviously it's a Disney movie, but really cheesy. When I mean really cheesy. And some of the quotes they were saying and just the way it just flowed, they really had chemistry, but really the movie just didn't work for these actors and characters. The things that were added, yes, it was great. It stretched the movie to a longer length in runtime, but also stretched to the characters to this point where they had nowhere else to go. There was these basic characters which couldn't add nothing new to the movie, so it felt like they were suffocated throughout the whole movie, stretched to a point where they couldn't do nothing else, which actually makes the movie quite boring in a way. Now we're going straight onto the critics' ratings. Of course, we have IMDb giving it a 7.2 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes giving it a 57%, and Metacritic giving it a 53. My rating for this movie is a 6.5 out of 10. That makes this a borderline good movie. In my opinion, I overall think this movie isn't the worst remake from Disney, but it's not the best either. The best, in my opinion, is the Jungle Book remake. I feel like this movie was really rushed, and that's what the problem is. The writing, the directing, the script, everything behind this movie is just rushed. And I feel like they just tried to rush this movie out to get some money behind Disney. It just felt like something like that. It just felt really toxic in a way. I feel like they could have done a lot more better, in my opinion, with this movie. It's still a good movie in a way, borderline good, because you can get some fun out of it. I feel like for kids and families, you can definitely check this movie out. And if you're not into cartoons as much, obviously this is probably going to be a preference for you. I suggest you guys check it out and see which one you prefer. So guys, a 7 out of 10 for Aladdin. Obviously, of course, that is my rating. Don't forget to let me know yours and your thoughts down below in that comment section. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this movie, of course. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, hopefully guys you did, smash that thumbs up button. It helps the video out, helps me out, and helps the channel out, and I'm very, very grateful to whoever likes the videos. And if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell for much, much more awesome movies and TV series content. We don't just review stuff on the channel, we react to trailers and also rank stuff from the worst to the best, whether it comes to top 10s, ranking franchises from the worst to the best, top 5s, also doing tier lists and stuff like that. There's so much on the channel which I don't want you guys to miss. So without further ado guys, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time guys on Talking with Jay Springer.